Hi guys, welcome to Shiva Sai's Perseverance Software Training Institute. So in this particular video, we'll understand what is CI/CD. Okay. So if you see, we have two parts here, CI and CD. So let's understand continuous integration first. So let's understand this with a transition, right? So these guys are engineers working for a project, and all the project code will be hosted on a centralized repository, meaning every engineer will have access to that particular repositories, and depending on their role they will have permissions. Okay, fine. So now what happens is this particular dev engineers will commit their code, meaning will update or submit their code, you can call it as, right? So basically technically we will call as committing their code. They will commit their code to the central repository, okay, which is a centralized area where we have our project files. Then this is automatically detected by somebody. That somebody is nothing but our CI tool. Okay, so automatically detected, the latest code is pulled, which is then built and which is then tested. Okay, so what is building testing? I'll tell you. It was discussed in one of the previous video uh, on our channel. You can check in understand CI/CD and Jenkins, but let me repeat that once the code is written, it will not be automatically available as a software. The code should be downloaded, it should be built. Building is a process of converting the developer's code to a final package which can be understand by a browser. All right, fine. So meaning is the build process, what helps, how it helps us, the code is will undergo this particular build process. It will generate a package. That package is the final product. All right, fine. That final product is then tested. Okay, and then after testing it will be deployed, meaning it will be delivered to the customer. Like when we browse perseverance.com, we'll be able to see the package. Okay, so CI takes the responsibility up to this. All right, so deploy is the second part, meaning if you see here, CI is there and we also have CD. So CD we'll see next. Okay, fine. We are focusing on CI for now. All right, so what is CI is when the engineers updates commits the code to the central repositories, right? That will be automatically, if you see this particular transition, right, this gray box, which is nothing but is our CI tool, which will be monitoring the central repository continuously. Okay, as per the setup. Okay, yeah, it will monitor the central repository continuously. When somebody updates the code, commits the code, it will be detected, and the latest code is downloaded, it will be built, then it will be tested. Only it will be tested. Okay, post that, deployment will not be done in the process of continuous integration, because CI focuses on identifying the changes committed to the centralized repository, and then downloading the changes, building the changes, testing the changes. That's it. Deployment will be the second part, right? Okay, post this. All right, so this is CI CD, but where the deployment decision will be taken care of in CD part. CD is all about continuous delivery. Okay, and we also have something like continuous deployment. We'll discuss on that now. So if you see here, we have continuous delivery or continuous deployment. Why we have two is that is the decision maker of the project implementer, and as per the requirement from customers. Okay, so the thing is simple. So okay, as part of CI, what we'll do is we'll get the code, we'll build the code, we'll test the code, but we should deliver the product to the customer. So in that context we should go for CD. Okay, how we deliver the product to the customer is the question here. Okay, CD will take care. which is continuous delivery or continuous deployment. But the thing is how whether it should be manually delivered to the customer, meaning a approver, a human should review the product firstly, and then approve the workflow so that the package, the software product is delivered to the customer in a manual way. Okay. Or once the testing is performed, post that, whether it should be automatically delivered to the customer. Okay. If the product is manually delivered to the customer with an approver, with couple of approvers, like a architect, a lead, a manager who approves the product, client himself approves the product, and then the product is delivered to the customer, that is, if a manual intervention of a human is there before the product is delivered to the customer, that is called as continuous delivery. If the product after testing is automatically delivered to the customer, if you have that particular requirement, or you require that particular workflow, you should go for continuous deployment. If you see here, let me highlight. The goal is to ensure that the code is always in a deployable state and the release process can be triggered at any time. However, the actual deployment to the production is a manual decision. What is production? Meaning customer facing websites. Okay. So the actual deployment of the production is manual decision. If you see here, it is highlighting manual decision, right? Yeah. Here. It's highlighting manual decision. But if you see here, this means that as soon as the change is committed and passes all tests, it is automatically released to the production without manual intervention. See, that is continuous deployment. So now you got to know we have something like CICD, which is a process of automating the complete software development and also delivery process. Okay, so CI you got to know. So which is like detecting the changes made by engineers and then downloading the code, building the code, testing the code. But CD is all about continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Continuous delivery is all about delivering the package with a manual intervention. Continuous deployment is all about delivering that particular software to the customer in an automated fashion without manual intervention. All right, fine guys, thank you so much. We'll get back with the informative video. Thank you. And just as an information, we are starting a cloud DevOps batch soon, so where we cover everything in deep. You can get to know that by attending our classes offline or online. Yeah, so interested students can register in the link given in the description, or you can call onto the number available in the description. Thank you guys. Bye bye.